BBC pictures from inside Myanmar. This, a nursery school devastated by Friday's powerful earthquake. In Myanmar, the death toll from Friday's earthquake has risen again, and the United Nations has appealed for more than £6 million in aid. Now to Anna Foster, who's on the Thailand-Myanmar border. Anna.
Jane, thank you. It is just after midnight here in the border city of Mae Sot. You can see actually the lights of Myanmar just over my shoulder there, less than 100 metres away. And the military authorities there said today that the death toll has gone up once again, risen to more than 2,000, but the real number is expected to be much higher than that. Relief teams are now struggling with a growing humanitarian crisis in the country. The World Health Organization says that more than 20 hospitals have been either destroyed or badly damaged. Aid efforts have also been hampered by further damage to the transport infrastructure, and there are power blackouts and unreliable communication networks to deal with as well. Now, international journalists like me have not been allowed to report from Myanmar, but the BBC does have a Burmese service which reports from inside the country for the people there. So Win Tan in London has worked with 3 colleagues from the Burmese service, Tunain Zaw, Tu Za Lin and Phu Hein Jaw, who travelled from the capital, Naypyidaw, to Mandalay to compile this report.
On the road to Mandalay, the town of Chao Se is just 30 miles from the epicenter of Friday's quake. This nursery used to teach 70 children, some of the youngest victims of this disaster. Many children on the second floor of the building escaped, but 12 of the smallest, who studied on the ground floor, died together with a teacher. The Tarzan was 5 years old. Her grandfather Chue Nyin has come to where she died to invite her soul to come home with him, a Buddhist ritual for those who die suddenly. He tells us that he had a strange feeling that morning and wanted to tell his daughter not to send his granddaughter to school, but he didn't. As the quake hit at lunchtime, the little girl's mother ran to the school to find her. Chue Nyin says they searched together for 3 hours until they found her body. He knew she would be dead, but he still wanted to find her, and he is relieved that she was still in one piece. Dokhin's son is a teacher from the next door school. She was injured during the quake.
I was sleeping when it happened. My older son came to wake me up and said, "Come, Mom, it's an earthquake." I heard the noise bang, bang, bang as I was running out. Because I was half asleep, I didn't know it was a quake. Once I was outside, I looked back and this building had already collapsed.
Chao Se is just one of many towns affected by the quake. But here, the loss of so many young lives has been particularly devastating. So Win Tan, BBC News, London.
Well, the military leadership in Myanmar has a history of suppressing the scale of national disasters. BBC Verify's Nick Beak has been building a picture of the damage in some of the worst hit places that we know about.
After 60 hours under the rubble, this woman was freed this morning. She'd been trapped in the wreckage of the Sky Villa complex in the city of Mandalay. We've reconstructed what it looked like before the earthquake, a 12-storey tower in a development including apartments and a wedding venue. Now, this section of the complex has collapsed to half its height. Much of the rest of the building seems obliterated. This was the Sky Villa complex in a satellite photo a week ago, and this is now. The 7.7 magnitude quake triggered many fires, including here at Mandalay University. It could be down to gas or electricity supplies being damaged. You can see the roof of the main building has now caved in. And this is NASA's heat detection of the area on the same day. This was a nearby neighbourhood. A local man called Myan So sent us videos. Flames ripped through the streets and smoke consumed his neighbourhood. After he told us where his house was, we were able to get a bird's-eye view of a place where so many families lived. And this is what it looks like now.
Min So,
thank you very much for talking to us. Can you just explain how you and your family are doing at the moment?
We need a lot of help. Bodies are under the rubble. We haven't cleared them out yet.
At the moment, the Burmese military says at least 2,000 people were killed across the country. Based on what you're seeing with your own eyes, what do you think of that? What sort of figures would you imagine there are just in Mandalay?
It could reach 4 or 5 or 6,000, I think. Just in my area, at least 1,000 could be dead. Most of the families, they are gone. Those houses burned down after the quake. There's nothing left of body to retrieve.
Myanmar's military has massively played down the number of people killed in previous natural disasters. And now, after this huge earthquake, deep concern the generals are not revealing the true scale of the death. Nick Beak, BBC News, Bangkok.
Well, the political picture within Myanmar is complicated, it shifts, and it can be difficult to grasp. This map from last autumn shows the areas controlled by the military junta and those that are controlled or contested by armed ethnic groups. This took the BBC 9 months to produce. Such are the challenges amid this information blackout. Now, today there are fresh reports that Myanmar's army has launched more attacks against its rivals in the region that was worst affected by the quake. Well, Mae Sot, where I am, is home to tens of thousands of Burmese people. Many of them are here now because they oppose the military junta that controls Myanmar and decides who's allowed in. This is as far as we can come. The military junta says it isn't issuing entry visas to international journalists because it's too busy, and that's stopping the flow of information about the earthquake. Even here, at one of the busiest crossing points on this border, there's no steady flow of travellers bringing news. Let me show you exactly where we are. So I'm standing in Thailand, but right on the edge. And then here, you've got this no man's land. This is where people have come from Myanmar and they've set up these really temporary shacks for shelter. And then look, just over here, through the pillars of the Friendship Bridge, that is Myanmar. That's how close we are, but we can't cross. This is a black market staffed by Burmese traders. They are desperate for news of friends and family in the affected areas. Military officials say they're working hard to support the relief work, but because people here don't trust those that run the country, they don't believe enough aid is getting to the places that need it.
I'm really angry at myself because I can't do anything from here. I want military junta and international community to help.
The leader of the military junta is neglecting the Burmese people. He is blocking international help and only accepting it from Russia and China.
In fact, help has been accepted from other countries as well, but that really shows you the scale, the level of the distrust that some people have here, and this disaster is only making it worse. That's all from me and the team here.